Okay, looks like we have some people joining, and welcome everybody. Waiting a few more seconds here to let everybody join. Okay, I think we can go ahead and start getting going whenever you're ready, Tom.
Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to do a kind of a virtual presentation with us about Hownd. Just to give you some background on this. A few months ago, actually, we started looking at opportunities for helping our local businesses not only get through COVID and through the struggles of what this has done to our economy, but really to encourage people to shop local, shop here in their community and spend their dollars here in Independence. Looked at a number of different platforms, really came up to Hownd. We liked a lot of things about it. It's a great interface, it's easy to use. And in the past, we've had some other buy local programs that have been difficult for not only the end user, but for the businesses as well. And so that's what we really like about this. Another nice feature is working with the City of Independence. We were able to secure about $10,000 in CARES Act funds that they had available from their allotment from Jackson County. We took that $10,000 and working with Hownd, we've been able to apply that towards the merchant fees that normally the merchants would pay, but instead it comes out of that $10,000 fund. So that really has kind of jump-started this. That way 100% of what is sold through the app or through the website goes straight into the pockets and the banks of our local businesses, which is so important right now. I think you're going to see in this program and the presentation, this provides with a lot of flexibility. I like to describe it as a system which makes you look like you've got a $150,000 marketing budget when honestly you're paying almost nothing for it. So that's the kind of the great thing about it. We're also going to hear from Amanda McIntyre with Classic Canines. I think Amanda was the first person on the platform. She gets the trophy for that. Amanda is a relatively, she started up in the middle of COVID. Is doing a great job with her business there on 40 Highway with Classic Canines. She's going to talk about her experience with it over the first couple of weeks that it's been launched. But for right now, I'm going to turn it over to Adam Russell with Hownd. And Adam, I'll let you roll through your presentation. Hopefully we can take questions afterwards.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate the introduction and excited to hear from you today as well, Amanda. So thanks to everybody for coming and joining today to learn a little bit about the Shop Independence program and really how we've been helping businesses across the country generate revenue and, more importantly, foot traffic through the COVID crisis. So just to kind of give you guys a little overview of what we'll be discussing today. First, I want to start off with a partnership overview. So just give you guys a little explanation about the partnership between us, the City of Independence, and the Chamber of Commerce, as well as community support that we've seen outside of Independence in the different cities that we're working in, and what we can expect to kind of start to see coming from Independence as well. And then we'll talk to Amanda for a business spotlight to just kind of discuss, like some of the success that she's seen so far, as well as the simplicity to sign up and things like that. From there, we'll move into how Hownd works. So, why do we exist? We do things a little bit differently, you'll see, than most marketing technology partners that you probably have had in the past. So I'll explain kind of the differences between us and everybody else. And then we'll go into, the product, the MyHownd app, as well as the website that you guys will be listed on that's specific to Independence. And other tools that we can use like email, social media, and even Wi-Fi to help boost the results that you guys get on your platform. Then lastly, what we'll do is just show you guys how simple it is to get started. It takes less than 5 minutes to get going, and we'll be having you guys generating revenue and most of the time under a week. So this is really a thing that you guys can get set up, get going super fast, and we make it really easy for you guys to work with us. We'll end it with a Q&A. Any questions that you guys have or any ideas that you might want to share with the rest of the group here today on things that you've seen work in the past. So start off with a little bit about the partnership. The objective's pretty simple. It's really to just help your business survive, accelerate your recovery, and at the end of the day, thrive. Some of the key factors about this program, as I discussed, the Chamber and the City of Independence are sponsoring all results delivered pricing fees until those sponsorship funds are depleted. So as Tom said, there's $10,000 set aside for this. Typically, that'll be at least about a 6-month run rate, potentially up to about a year, depending on how fast we use those funds. The great part, though, is that we'll give you guys plenty of notice before those funds are depleted. A credit card is required to set up your free account. But as I said, we'll let you know once those funds are running low. And if you want to decide to stay on, our fees are super clear and simple to understand. And as I said before, it's super simple to sign up, takes less than 5 minutes to get everything going. So to talk a little bit about the program, there's really 3 phases to this program, and you'll see how it works and how it's worked for other cities here in this presentation. The first phase, and that's where Amanda was an early adopter, is merchant saturation, making sure that we have enough merchants on the platform, enough merchants on the app and on the website, so that when a consumer comes there, there's enough choices for them to have in order to make a buying decision. We want them to buy something whenever they come to that page or to the app. So we need to make sure there's enough merchant saturation in the City of Independence, which means we need you guys to sign up so that your local consumers will be attracted to come to this page and make those purchases. That leads me to phase 2, which is consumer saturation. This is where the city and ourselves really start focusing on driving traffic to the app as well as to the promo page that you guys will see in a bit. That will then in turn drive more consumers to those pages, which obviously in turn drives more purchases. And the last phase of this is just sustaining growth, making sure that we're bringing on more consumers and we're bringing on more merchants into the actual ecosystem that we've created for the City of Independence. So has it worked so far? We feel pretty confident to say that it has. We've generated over $4 million in revenue since March of direct deposited revenue into small business owners during this COVID crisis. I have a few listed here. These aren't necessarily from Independence. As I said, we're really in that early phase. But as you can see, the system is working. Consumers are buying coupons or buy nows and support vouchers to support the businesses they love. So Pedal House Brewery is a brewery here in Tempe, which is our kind of home base. They made almost $10,000 in direct revenue that's been deposited into their bank accounts. So every business is obviously a little different, but we're seeing results come in across the board. And the biggest thing is just getting your message out there, getting your promotion out there so that your local community can support you. And we make it really, really easy for them to do that. This leads me to my next kind of point I want to make, which is our Independence Business Spotlight, which is Classy Canines. Amanda McIntyre is the owner of Classy Canines. And I'd love to have you speak a little bit, Amanda, about your experience so far with Hownd and some of the reasons on why you decided to give it a shot.
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come in. So with Classy Canines, we decided to sign up through you guys simply because, we don't have a huge budget for marketing and advertising. And, even if we had this huge budget, it's still going to be hard to get that name out there and get people in the door. And so, we decided to take a chance on you guys, and Daniel made it really easy for me to set everything up, and he was very patient with me. Basically I just handed him over my client list and he did the rest and put together a few offers for me. That way we had a little versatility going forward. And yeah, super easy. We've already got great feedback with it. The only learning curve that I had was in the beginning, trying to figure out how to redeem one of the offers. But once I stumbled through it, once or twice, it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. I just sent out an email and I was like, hey, having a problem, and somebody was right there to help me through it. So it was no big deal.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. And that is something that we do take pride in, is we do all the heavy lifting for you guys. So we'll go over this in a second, but we create everything for you. We design it. And we make sure that your promotions, whatever they may be, get distributed across the web to as many different places as they can be found, so that customers or consumers can find those offers and find your business and make those purchases directly from you. So that's great. Thank you so much, Amanda, for your feedback. I appreciate you jumping on the call today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks again, for sure.
Thank you.
Cool. So now that we kind of heard a little bit about, some of the results that we've generated, not just for outside of independence, but as we're starting to generate results for Amanda, she actually has had a few purchases come in over the last few days on the program as well. So that's great. What I want to talk about now is kind of why we exist and what's different about us and what we saw as a need, really. And what we saw was that, most local business owners just don't have a lot of time and really aren't experts in driving foot traffic into their location, right? There's a ton of do-it-yourself tools out there like Constant Contact or ZenReach or 5 Stars. You've seen all of those and probably tried some of those in the past, but they all ask you to pay for software, not results. So they all ask you to pay this big upfront cost, whether it's a setup fee or a monthly subscription, and then you just hope and pray that those results come in. Plus, on top of that, you already have too many other things to do, and you definitely don't have enough time to learn a complex tool that's super difficult to track your return on your investment. And so that's why we came up with what we call results delivered pricing, which means you only pay when it works. That means there's no setup fee, there's no contracts, there's no monthly subscription. It's zero risk to use our platform. And there's just a flat rate fee every time we drive a customer through your door. However, as Tom alluded to, and I talked about at the beginning of the presentation, this is covered by the city program. So there's no upfront cost for you to do all of this initial setup. And then there's no back end cost when we actually drive those customers through your door, because that fee is actually being covered by the city. So it's a win-win for you guys in a bunch of different ways. And it probably sounds like a little too good to be true. And believe me, we hear that all the time. So I just want to explain super simple on what it is exactly that we do. What we do is we just create promotions and we push these promotions out to consumers effortlessly for you across the web. These promotions can be designed at any price you want. So you can do it at 5% off, 10% off. If you don't feel comfortable doing discounts, you can literally do it at 0% off, a full price gift card for the holiday season. What we encourage actually is value added packages, which means instead of doing a big discount, add something on top of a package to provide extra value. And I'll show you some examples of what some of those can look like in a bit. But you don't have to do a deep discount like a Groupon or something like that to get your consumers to purchase from you. You just need to put something compelling and attractive so that it's easy for them to take advantage of. And that leads me to the next step. Our buy process is the simplest buy process out there. It's pretty much as simple as like Amazon. In 2 clicks, somebody can literally choose what they want, put in a credit card number, and that's it. So in less than 30 seconds, somebody can make that purchase directly from you wherever they bump into you online. The funds are deposited immediately into your bank account once that purchase takes place, and your customer receives an offer on their phone that looks like this. And Amanda was saying earlier on the redemption piece, there's 2 ways that actually a customer can redeem. One is right here on their phone, where they just walk in and they swipe this on their phone just like this. And now it's redeemed in the system. So they can't come back in and use that again. You can also look up their name and email on our redemption portal so that you can just search if they don't have it on their phone for some reason. Because the key is you don't want somebody coming in and using something that they pre-purchased, more than once, right? You want to make sure it gets redeemed that first time so that value is not used again. And remember, as I said, once it's redeemed, that's when you guys pay that small flat fee. However, the city is covering this flat fee for the duration of the sponsorship.
Hey,
So,
Adam, can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Back to that Groupon thing that you were talking about. What I've noticed in our business as dog groomers is the quality of customer that you're getting with Hownd versus Groupon. I've noticed that we're getting a higher quality of consumer with Hownd over Groupon.
That's true. And one of the big things, Amanda, is because we're merchant centric, which means we're merchant first. We don't just drive a customer in and then try to get that customer to go somewhere else that's on a Groupon offer. What we're really doing is we're driving a customer in, and then, as I'm going to show you guys in a minute, we give you all of the tools in order to keep that customer coming back to you, right? So it's not just a once and done like a Groupon, where they're really Groupon's customers when they buy a Groupon offer. When somebody buys a Hownd offer, they're buying it directly from you, and it's your deal and your special. And then they're going to continue to receive Hownd offers in the future if you decide to use email or push to social media or push to your website. You'll have these offers available to send out wherever you guys choose and whatever channels you decide to display them on. So that's a great point. Thank you, Amanda, for bringing that up. And that's something that we take pride in. So I really do appreciate you saying that, because we don't want to be anything compared to a Groupon. And in fact, we want to be the opposite of it, where we're merchant first rather than consumer first. So what's the first step? You know, once you've figured out, okay, this seems like a pretty good idea. Well, what do we do from there? Well, we start by claiming your free account, which, like I said at the beginning, takes less than 5 minutes. Once we do that, we then create an offering with you that's effortlessly pushed out to your consumers. And the first place that this is going to be found is in the MyHound community. And there's two places: the MyHound app. So somebody actually gets on the app and they can see deals that are in their local area, as well as the MyHound promo page. So if we go look at this page, this is actually the page for Independence that's pulling up now. As you can see, it's branded with the logos for the city, as well as City Hall. But more importantly, it has all of these businesses listed here. As you see, though, there's only a small amount, right? Because we're still in that first phase where we need the merchant saturation. But this is great. This is where you can see the Three Trails Brewing. You can also see Classy Canines and their gift card offer here. And if you click on one of these, it takes you to that actual landing page where you can make those purchases from. So this one here is take 15% off a gift voucher for a limited time. All you have to do is click that buy now button, put in your credit card number, and literally that money is flowing into your bank account. Whether it comes from the promo page or whether it comes from the app, that's all going to flow directly into your bank account. Promos can also be distributed across email, social, websites, and more. So by using our website plugin, you're going to actually increase your results from your website by about 3 to 5 times. So if you're driving any sort of advertising to your website, you can simply put our website plugin, which I'll show you an example in a second, and it'll help increase that conversion of the actual traffic coming to your page. Same thing with email and social media. If you use our email and social media add-ons, it'll convert usually on average about 2 to 5 more times opens into revenue. We also have something called MyHound Wi-Fi, as well as MyHound TV. And these are extra things that'll just drive more revenue and more traffic into your location. And all of this is completely free for you guys to use as part of the program. So what I wanted to talk about was just a couple examples of how we can use website and also Wi-Fi. And I'll speak specifically on Wi-Fi because you guys actually have an extra benefit on Wi-Fi by being in the city of Independence. But first, let's talk about website. What can you do with your website, and how can we help you drive more traffic and drive more purchases, especially right now during the holiday season? So this is actually one of our customers called Cafe or Merchants Cafe Boa. Their goal was to collect more emails and sell more packages off of their website. So what we've done is we put a pop-up here that says, join the Cafe Boa birthday club for specials and promotions. This makes it super easy for us to collect all of this data on this actual customer, right? Now we can send this person a special birthday gift or a special anniversary gift, or if they have kids, we can send them a special coupon on their birthday to bring their kids in for free. These are all things that we can help you design and get distributed out to all of your customers. More importantly, we can put buy now offers on your website. So for the gift card season that's in full force right now, Let's make sure we have a gift card promotion on your website that people can buy directly from you right off your website and then give out to their family and friends for the holidays. They end up on that same landing page where they can make that purchase. In the first 30 days with Cafe Boa, we were able to sell 14 of these wine club memberships. And these are recurring revenue for this business as they're now joining that wine club. It's a 30% increase in what they were able to do in the previous month. And we were able to collect 50 emails in those first 30 days. So that's 50 now opportunities that we have to remarket to that person and send them some sort of personalized communication that makes it easy for them to buy from you. So I'm sure you've started to see the pattern. We just want to make it as easy as people for your customers to purchase from you wherever they bump into you online. However, we can take it a step further and we can make it easier for people to buy from you when they're actually in your location. And how we do that is through Wi-Fi. So if you're already giving out free Wi-Fi to your customers when they come into your location, what we'll do is we'll send you out what we call a Wi-Fi access point, and it just plugs right into the back of your router. It's super, super simple to install. And what it does is it acts kind of like as a gate onto your Wi-Fi. So when somebody wants to get on your Wi-Fi for free, they either have to connect with their Facebook account, which is great because that gives us birthday data and a bunch of additional data, or they can just type their email in here. Think about it as like when you go stay at a hotel and somebody asks you for, in your room, they ask you for your room number and your email to access the internet. It's the same exact thing for your business. We're going to get their email. They're going to then get free internet access while they're there. But more importantly, we're going to send them something while they're actually in your location that they can spend on that visit. Right now, due to COVID, you really need to be focused on increasing customer spend when they're actually physically in your location. And this is a great way to do that. So if you're a restaurant, this can be something like, get an extra appetizer at half off if you buy it today, right? Or as you see here, this example, it's a $10 game card to go spin in the arcade on that same day. So I'm sure you can assume if somebody claims that they go get their $10 game card, they're probably throwing an extra 20 on top of it, right? This is getting your customers to spend more money and spend more time in your location, which is super, super important, especially right now during COVID. So one of the really cool things that the City of Independence has done and the Chamber of Commerce and Hownd is we've partnered together to give you guys this hotspot for free. So whatever you guys, what type of business you are, if you have foot traffic coming in your location, when you sign up, make sure you talk about this and ask about this so that we can get you guys your free wireless access point sent out to you. And as I said, all it does is just plug right into the back of the router and allows you guys to collect data, but more importantly, send them some sort of promotion that they can take advantage of on that visit. And this will help, and it's helped a ton of businesses increase customer spend right now due to limited capacity. So just to reiterate, we make everything super simple for you guys to work with us, and we drive the results that you want us to drive for you. So all you have to do is work with your foot traffic advisor to submit offerings that are aligned with your goals, right? So what are the goals that you want for your business, and what are the main things you're looking to accomplish? We'll then put together offers that match those goals. The next step is just to choose where you want your promotions to show up. So do you want them to show up on every single channel that we have available? Or are you looking to just have them show up on our app and our promo page? That's completely up to you on where you want your promos to be displayed. Once you choose that, we drive the results right back onto a dashboard so that you know exactly how much revenue has been generated. So really, how much money have we direct deposited into your bank account? And then how many people have actually come through the door, and how many people are still coming that have purchased something and haven't shown up yet. So we just make it really easy for you guys to log in and know exactly what's going on at all times. And you guys can choose which display channels you want your promotions to get sent out to. It's really, really simple to work with us. And as I said at the beginning of the call, it's even simpler to get started. So it literally takes 5 minutes to claim your account today. There'll be a website that you guys can go to right here on the next screen. You can also reach out to me, obviously, and I can help you guys answer any questions and get set up. Once you claim your account, you'll then schedule a 30-minute foot traffic advising session. And on that call, we'll then create your initial offerings from your goals. and we'll choose which display channels you want those to be displayed on. And after that, you just sit back and watch the results roll in. And like Amanda said, if you don't have a huge marketing budget, or even if you do, all we do is make everything work smoother, faster, and more efficient by making it simpler for your customers to make purchases from you. So I know I talked a lot, and Amanda, I appreciate you chiming in with the question. I really do. But does anybody else have any questions, comments, any ideas they'd like to share? Please, put those into chat, and we can make sure we get those answered for you. Or you can just go right here to this website, hownd.app/sign up, and you can go ahead and just start signing up today. And if you do go through and sign up, the first screen that you'll see when you log into your dashboard will ask you to schedule that 30-minute call. I highly, highly, highly recommend you schedule that call, just so that we can make sure that we give you that kind of white glove service, and make sure that there's not any issues moving forward. Okay, it looks like we do have a couple of questions. Are the website extensions available if my business uses Wix? Yes, they are, Tammy. Sometimes they do display a little bit different on a Wix website, where we'll most likely have to do a banner at the bottom of the website or at the top of the website instead of having the pop-up in the middle. However, once you get signed up, your foot traffic advisor will be able to help walk you through that process, and we'll actually even install it on your website for you. You just have to give us your website login info, and we'll do that from there. Cool. Weebly works well too. Exactly. Yeah, Weebly does work well. WordPress works great. Really, it'll install on all the websites. Wix, though, sometimes it can look a little bit different, which is why we'll do the top or the bottom. Let's see. Does Hownd Merchant Services work in marijuana-related industry? CBD shops have trouble with merchant services and credit and debit card transactions. Hey, Ronald. Yeah, so we can go through a process of trying to get you approved through our merchant services company, which is a company called Stripe. However, we can do coupons with you in the meantime. So you won't be getting the pre-purchases, but you will still have things displayed for coupons that people can claim and then come give you the money when they arrive. So it doesn't give you that same relief where you get that money deposited right away, but it does obviously give some sort of relief to your business as well. Any other questions? Oh, looks like we have one that just came in over here. Tom, are you able to read the Q&A and see what popped in there? It's not pulling up for me.
I asked me a question about what the fees look like after the city sponsorship is gone. How are the fees established?
Great question. So we have a flat fee for each business type. When you sign up on the hownd.app/sign up, it'll actually set that fee for you. That fee is anywhere between like $1 per customer walking through your door if you're like a coffee shop, up to about $8 to $9, depending on more of like a high-end day spa, or do those kind of higher end services. So how we base it is off of your average value, right? Your average ticket value of your business across an industry, average. And then we set a flat fee. So like I said, that's going to be anywhere between like $1 up to $10, depending on the type of business that you are, and how much that customer's worth driving through your door. That's all preset though when you sign up, and that won't change, right? So as you know what that fee is, you can then start fitting that into your promotions. That's why we always talk about value added promotions instead of deep discounts, because you can put together a package that to a consumer has a huge amount of value behind it because it's a package of services, but it doesn't necessarily discount into your margins as heavy. And then you can fit that $1 to $10 that you're gonna pay us to drive that customer through your door into your actual promotion. So you're coming out with pure profit. And that's something that we can help you do when we're designing or helping you build out those promotions. And we'll give you guys ideas and insight on different types of things that businesses do to provide more value to the consumer without eating into their margins. Great question, though. Awesome. So just so you guys know too, we will have a community ambassador team in Independence as well, which this is going to be somebody or a team of people that are able to come and stop by in person and really answer questions, go through a demo with you, make sure that you feel comfortable before you sign up. At the end of the day, we want to make this process as smooth and easy as possible for you guys. And we just want to generate results for you and drive foot traffic in your doors, and help the community, come back from the harshness of COVID and the economy and things like that. So I really appreciate everybody listening in today. Thank you, Tom, and the City of Independence and the Chamber of Commerce for everything you guys have done. And Amanda, thank you so much for coming online today. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions. You can email me at adam@hownd.com, or you can go directly to this website here and sign up. I'll also be emailing out, or sorry, this recording will be available to view as well, and Tom will be posting that on the City and Chamber website as well. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. If there isn't any other questions, I'll let you guys all get back to your day. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.